Hey everybody, this is AYG's Alpha Team, here with another video for the division. This is going to be the weekly vendor reset for all the Dark Zone vendors for January 26th, 2018. We're going to start right here at the Dark Zone vendor here in the post office. We're going to go to all the checkpoints, and then we're going to go into the Dark Zone and go to all the safe rooms. So if you're not familiar with the channel, we do a separate video for the open world vendors, and we also do a third video for just the items that I think are worth picking up. So like our best items of the week video. But for those of you who could care less what I think about what's for sale and you want to see all this stuff for sale on your own, this will be the video for you. This is all the Dark Zone vendors. And a couple things I wanted to talk about. The global event ambush is in full swing. I've got a couple of sets myself already. Been working on building them out to see if I can get them to work really well. One of them is Firecrest. That is my favorite gear set in the entire game because it's super fun to use. I'm the type of player that likes to use all the tools in the game in order to have some fun, you know? Like running and gunning is fine if you have those type of builds or you want to play that way, that's fine, but I like using all the tools available. So builds like the Firecrest or the Tacticians or even the Alpha Bridge, like you gotta mix it up a little bit. You gotta, use your skills, you gotta use the terrain, you gotta use your teammates. Makes it more enjoyable game for me anyway. And maybe it's not for everyone, but it definitely works for me. So having that I have a full 6-piece Firecrest already, which is great, and the same with the Tacticians. Been having a lot of fun trying to build them out. If you look at my numbers right now in the video, you can see I'm holding the 6-piece Firecrest and I have it built out right now to a certain way. I might not keep it this way for the build video that I'm going to make, but this is kind of what I'm running right now. 9,000 electronics, 4,000 firearms, 2,900 stamina. It looks a little unorthodox, but again, I might not go with this. I might go with something else. I haven't really ironed it out yet, but I'm seeing if this works right now, and this works pretty good. I've taken it to skirmish a couple times, and it's ridiculously good in PvE. That's one thing you can kind of get from all the tech builds that exist in the game, like Reclaimer or Firecrest or Tacticians, the ones that involve higher skill power and electronics. They're gonna be good in PvE no matter what, because you can kind of control what happens in PvE a lot more than you can in PvP. So the Firecrest build just wrecks in PvP, and so far it's doing really good. So far the tech is also very good, getting stacks, and it's ridiculous. I'll be putting out a video for all the builds as soon as I get them refined down and I have some good footage for you guys. I've got some great footage for the tech build already, but I don't know if I'm going to go with how I have it built out right now. I don't know if I'm going to go with that. So I still have to iron it out. And I want to get these videos out as soon as possible to you guys, but I also don't want them to be crappy. So I don't want to compromise just getting them out as soon as possible without having good content in the video. So if they take a little bit longer, I do apologize, guys, but stay tuned. I will make sure I try everything possible to make the build as best as possible so you guys can use them, and that way get the most out of them. That's pretty much the end game. The end game is make the best build video you can using the best build in the video. So until I've got this Firecrest exactly where I think it's going to be really, really good, it already is really, really good, but until it's where I want it to be, I won't be putting the build video out just yet. And same with Tacticians, and I always go with the 6-piece versions of all the builds. So in some cases they might not even be the best way to go, but I will make them work with all 6 pieces so you can see what that's like, and then you can adjust accordingly after if you want to change it out. And I don't really like mentioning other YouTubers, but it is worth mentioning that Marco Style put out a video for the Tacticians build and how it's better not to run all 6 pieces, and he definitely makes a good point for it. So if you want to go with his loadout, it is a great option. It is to be honest, I think it's a more practical option. Definitely makes more sense to use, and that Marco does a great job of displaying all the information and letting you know how he came to the conclusions he does come to, which is great because you don't see that in a lot of YouTubers that break it down to that level. So kudos to him, and definitely take that into consideration. Whenever I do my Tacticians build, I will be doing all 6 pieces, so I will show you how that works with all 6 pieces. But again, it might not be the most lucrative or beneficial way to run it, but I will show you how you can run it and still be pretty effective. And same with Firecrest. I personally like Firecrest, and I have a way that I run it, but it might not necessarily be the best way. So what I want to do with that is make sure I go through and try it and figure it out to be the absolute best and most beneficial that you can use in PvP and PvE. And a lot of times it takes a lot of grinding to figure it out. A lot of different scenarios and a lot of different loadouts and a lot of different, recalibrations and things like that. So I've already spent almost a full day. Literally, like, there was a day this week where I got on the game, I went to the terminal, and I was there for a solid 8 hours just recalibrating and moving stuff around and optimizing and things like that, just to try and figure out how to run the build. So I've definitely put the time in to figure it out for you guys. Hopefully it'll go well, and hopefully we can get those videos out to you as soon as possible. And in the best times of the week video, there's not going to be too much. It actually, to be honest with you guys, there wasn't a whole lot of things for sale this week that are even worthwhile picking up. I'm just being straight up honest, so I will try and get that video out to you guys as soon as possible. But right here in DZ2 safe room, finishing up. And the holster's no good, and these gloves are okay, just okay though. That's going to do it for all the Dark Zone vendors, guys. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from AriaGaming.com. Also, shoot us a comment if you have any questions, you want to give us any feedback. It's always appreciated. Until then, go ahead, game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!